It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on a mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top, it's missing, the opposition ain't. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle this. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low key. I can carve up the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't
EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston, in the Space City at NRG Stadium. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Dallas Cowboys. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Set. 18. Mike's 54. They gonna need some therapy after this. Let him go.
Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 23-yard line.
Set. 18. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Get the boy down. He's coming. 55.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Out of the gun, Watson. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. The 30, 10, touchdown, Houston. Kiki QT, 77 yards, and the Texans have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted, was it an audible, or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Now left side on the swing pass. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Reset. 19. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Defense wins championships, baby.
Watson with a give to Miller. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
3rd and long. It's Watson going deep for Hopkins. And that is incomplete.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out?
Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. Intended that time for Cooper.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and that'll make it 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Now it's Watson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. That's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by Jaleel Adai. Cooper was the intended target. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 8 yards, 1st down as they're able to convert.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On 1st down, Watson. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Sean Lee, the longtime vet, getting in and getting to the QB. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Throwing on second and long. Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Watson throwing on third and long. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Well, it's third and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
There we go. Line 80. Check 55, Mike. There we go, going to 52.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. Bradley Roby, the cornerback, there to make the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Forced out to his left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
Mike 55, Mike 55,
Prescott from the gun on third. Cooper's got it. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. He got 29 yards that time. A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. It's 1st and 10 from the 12.
Hey, let's get there. Check 15. Check. Kill.
A first down carry by Elliott. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder, Richmond will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. On third down, it's Prescott. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts So as they take it over, we step aside. Marr able to put this one through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And now out comes Houston. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On 2nd and 1, Watson under pressure now. Watson, and down he goes. Malik Collins forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line.
So the first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And he stopped immediately there. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. The kick by Marr is good. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
After the made field goal, Marr back out there to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go. Right there in the middle, 55. Here we go, G. Hey, kill. That's just me. 27. Me and you. Check. 55 to mine.
On 2nd down, it's Elliott. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
You got it.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack there by J.J. Watt. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Mike, let's set. 19. 5-4. Here we go.
On 1st down, it's Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Thomas, the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half. Incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
They'll go with a draw. Watson hands to Miller. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he's got Miller. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside, not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially his second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
His pass caught with the throw, and he's in. Touchdown, Houston. From 13 yards out, and the Texans will extend their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First play of the drive, going for 14 and also going for a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Then we're going to 53. 26.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Now the defense loses him. It's complete. And he'll finally be taken down, but he gets inside the Houston 20. A big play here for Dallas. And even 50 yards. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10.
Let's make these babies cry.
From the pistol, here's Elliott. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They go to Elliott again. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
No gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Back now in Houston. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5.
Here we go, 46. 26.
Prescott from the gun. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. Accelerating, and off he goes. 20. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athlete to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 16.
Gun.
Back to it after the pick six. Prescott in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. J.J. Watt picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. That second down play nets a -4.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down. Went backwards. It's third and very long. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here comes Carter. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Now it's Miller. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Reset. 19.
Watch the pass. Take 4.
Hey, 31.
A give the first man through Gillespie of the fullback. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
Big Ed.
10th carry now for Lamar Miller. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds and keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw is Watson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
At their own 20-yard line.
There we go. 180.
All day, baby, all day. Tight end left.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he's got Rome. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
It's our time. It's our time. Check 26, check 26.
Elliott. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
23 yards the pickup there. A first down throw for Prescott. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Jadeveon Clowney able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Prescott to throw it. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Cooper was the target there. 3rd down here. Prescott down. Oh, Prescott stripped.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here's Prescott. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Justin Reed. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. They begin with a run by Miller. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 36-yard line.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.